Hi guys, this is Honorata Gruzowski with Crown Homes, and today I want to talk to you about 4 tips for the buyers. How to negotiate credits and repairs after the home inspections. Some of you may think that after the signing a contract, the deal is done. Not necessary. This is just the beginning of the negotiation, and it may continue up to the closing table. But the time after the inspections is super important because this is when most of the big things are going on. In a previous video I was talking to the seller about doing the home inspections before putting your home on the market, but it's not common practice and not a lot of sellers are doing it. So usually buyer do it when they sign the contract, and then they discover things which are not necessarily working, or they are not in a working expected condition. So tip number 1, buyer can ask for the credit for the repairs to be done. As you know, seller, after finding the buyer and signing the contract, thinking about one thing. The mind is already somewhere else. They are already packing, they are already decorating and furnishing their future home. They don't want to think about the repairs. This is the least important thing for them. So sometimes it's easier for them to just give you a credit for the repairs. Credit may be given at the closing to you to make the repairs after the closing, or it may be given to the contractor you choose. Another thing, good thing about getting a credit from the seller is that it will save a time. I mean, time between the inspections and the closing is pretty close, and you don't want to increase your stress level by checking back and forth on the repairs being done by seller. Sometimes it may happen that the repairs are not done the way you want it. The level and quality of the repairs may not be to your expectations. So you may reconsider having a credit for the repairs to be done after the closing. Tip number 2 will be consider a big picture. What I mean by that is, if you know that in a year or so you will decide to remodel all the kitchen, let's say, that right now it's outdated, but you don't really care about this because you know you have a big picture, you will redo it later on. But you still can get a credit for it because seller doesn't know what you want to do with this kitchen. For them, the kitchen was perfect. For you, is not. And let's say it has some chipped tiles, it has some faucet leaking. This stuff can be still fixed, or they might be credited to you at the closing. So you will have extra money to put to your future repairs or future remodeling of your kitchen. Tip number 3 is keep your mind open and your mouth shut. What I mean by that is, you know, during the inspections, it's few people present. Inspector for sure, buyer most likely, buyer's broker, yes, and the listing broker. And what they do, they listen to you. So you have to be very cautious what you are saying, because if the inspector will deliver inspections report to you and will tell you what's wrong with the home, what repairs are needed, and you will say, oh, it's not big deal, we don't worry about that, we can do it later, and you know, it's nothing really important to us at this present moment. Next morning you wake up and you was like, maybe I should ask the seller to credit me or do the reports. Maybe we will not be doing this remodeling later on. But at this moment, already listing broker told the seller what he heard, that you don't care, that it's not important to you. At this point, you already lost your negotiating power. So this is why I am advise you to just keep your mouth shut, keep your eyes open. You can rediscuss and share your findings with your broker later on, but during the inspections and during the presence of the listing broker, you need to be cautious and keep your mouth shut. Tip number 4. I said cautious, 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 and this is my tip number 4. Be cautious. Sometimes you like the house, you sign the contract, and you look around and you knew that something was wrong with this house already, and probably the inspector will find some more stuff and you will be able to renegotiate the price. Well, it's not necessarily the truth, because when the inspections come in, everything is in working condition, and now what? You cannot renegotiate the price already because it's no reason to. You were thinking that the AC unit was old, let's say, and you think, well, it was old and I thought they will buy the new one. No, not necessary. If it's in working conditions, they are not required at all to pay for it or exchange it or replace it. No, it's done. It's working, it's fine. You decide to buy it, inspection says nothing wrong with it, you're stuck. So you may continue with the contract or you may lose your earnest money if you wanna break the contract. So it's up to you. So this is 4 tips for you. 5th tip will be a bonus, which will be hire the professional. Hire the person you can talk to, who can explain to you how the process of buying home looks like, what is involved, somebody who can give you advice, or somebody who you can ask questions and it will be explained to you. And I want to ask you a favor. If you can comment below, put me some likes, give me some idea about future tips you would like to hear about, I will be very grateful. Again, my name is Honorata Gruzowski with Crown Homes, and thank you so much for being here with me. I am sending you good vibes, and next time.